Yo, we got the No More Black Tears podcast. We got Vertiz and Mr. DJ Rose, tunes by Megan K. Megan K. Vertiz, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Yo, I'm feeling great, man. We got two topics this week. We got tears, no tears, and we got everyone's favorite segment, What's Wrong with These Hoes? Let's get into it.
Okay, so first of all, what we sipping on?
Man, you know that Ciroc.
Yeah, okay. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. That mix I did is pretty smooth, huh?
Oh yeah. That little Ciroc with that cran pineapple. Y'all need to try that.
Okay. So let's jump right into it. We'll go ahead. You want to do the rundown, or you just want to get into it?
Oh, let's go and get into this thing.
Okay. So no
So
more the week in sports.
yeah, so this week in sports, the very first thing, Dalvin Cook, longtime running back for the Minnesota Vikings. For those who love fantasy football, a fantasy stud for years, was released the other day by the Minnesota Vikings. Any thoughts on that, Rose?
Yeah. So I'm just looking to see what teams go pick him up. Because that's gonna be interesting to see what we go pick up. Um, really, I think he'll probably look good in a Miami Dolphins uniform. That will probably make them a pretty good contender. Another team that I can see him in is the New Orleans Saints, but he's not a make or break a team, but he could help a team pretty good. Like if he like went to Kansas City, that would be crazy because that would just give them another weapon to play with. But he's a good player, Pro Bowl player, as long as he stays healthy. So that was interesting that he got cut or released. It was interesting.
Man, I'm gonna say this. First, I want to say Dalvin Cook, hey, hell of a player, man. Did his thing for a long time in Minnesota. But Rose, for those who listen to the podcast and who have not been watching football as long as you and me have, it's crazy to see the league has changed so much. Because in the early 2000s, you needed a dog at running back to compete. Now teams don't need running backs no more, man. Like Dalvin Cook got released. Austin Eckler was on the trade block. Derrick Henry on the trade block. Josh Jacobs ain't get paid, and he was supposed to get paid this offseason. And neither did Saquon Barkley. He ain't get no money, but the white boy Danny Dimes got paid though. So as far as Cook go, KC would be a good place for him to go because he wouldn't have to be the lead dog no more. But to be honest, at this point in time, with his inability to stay healthy, I just can't see no way he can go and contribute. Now, if he can stay healthy and look like he did a couple years ago, it should at least be 10 teams knocking on his door. And Miami's a great fit for him. But speaking of another old head in the game, another fantasy football legend, Hopkins. He had two visits this week to the Patriots and to the Tennessee Titans. First of all, do you even like those fits? And outside of those teams, where should this man go?
Where should he go? Probably Baltimore, um, or the Jets. Baltimore, the Jets. If he wants to get paid, he should probably go to maybe San Diego. They could use him. Um, I don't know.
What you think about the visits he had
Useless.
though?
So he'll have Mac Jones throwing the ball and Tannehill throwing the ball. But Tennessee did pick up the guy from Kentucky too.
Yeah, I think they finna cut Tannehill, trade him. So yeah, it's probably finna be the new white boy, Will Levis. Is that who they got? Will Levis?
Yeah, they got Will
Okay,
Levis
yeah,
in the second round.
yeah, the new great white hope.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's still a good player. I'm kind of confused why Arizona would do that. That means they're trying to either stink it up and not win any games to try to get the Caleb Williams out of USC, and then they get rid of their quarterback do they have now. But I don't
Who
know.
they just paid?
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out like so I don't know what they're trying to do because they don't have I don't think they have any wide receivers right now that I know of that's any good.
Hollywood Brown?
He's still on their team?
Yep.
Oh, did he play for them last year?
Yep.
Or was he hurt or did he play for them?
He played.
Oh. Oh, wow. So, I don't remember. I remember when Hopkins got back. That's the only person they were throwing the ball to.
Hey, man, D-Hop, he still got some game left in him. Is he that dog he was 5 years ago? Nah, man, but he been in the league for 10 years.
I think he still is.
You know, but I think he still can be in that top 5. He no longer in that discussion as the best receiver, but he could be in that top 5 discussion, like right at number 5 or 4.
And the Browns too. I could see him in the Browns uniform too. But he still has the best hands. Hands.
Nah, he got the best hands in the league by far. So I would love to see him, of course, in Kansas City. I like disclaimer, any great receiver, I would love to see them play with an all-time quarterback at some point in their career, because I love to see the numbers they can put up. We saw what Randy Moss did that one season with Tom. We saw what T.O. did when he had McNabb. So I just like to see that, period. But outside of that, man, I want him to be more, man. Be more and help Lamar out. And as far as the visits he had, man, why are you wasting your time, man? Like, D-Hop, I'm going to lose all respect for you if you sign with Tennessee or New England, because now you just trying to get paid, homie. And, homie, you done got paid your 10 years in the league. Go somewhere and try to win, because you ain't never been on a team that had a legit chance to win.
Yeah.
Speaking of players that need to win, though, man, have you seen the news on CP3? One day I woke up, they said he got released. Then a couple hours later, oh, now he ain't been released, but they talking about what they're going to do with his future in Phoenix. So what should Phoenix do with him? And let's say he is released. What should CP3 be trying to do?
He should try to go to LA and play with LeBron, because he's the only banana boat brother that hasn't played with LeBron yet. So he should try to go play with LeBron and ride his coattail a little bit. He's gonna be old, but they can use a point guard, but they're gonna need somebody else. He's not the piece that they're missing. But since he didn't get a chance to go there when Kobe was there, he might as well go there now. I think he still wants to be a Laker. So I think he should go to the Lakers, or he should go to Milwaukee.
Hey, Rose.
That's it. That's the only thing I think of.
So I'm going to do a quick game with you, because I really don't have too many thoughts on CP3. So I'm going to bounce off you real quick. I'm going to name 5 teams, and you can just say yay or nay.
Okay.
LA.
Which one?
My bad. The Lakers, the real LA.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it's only one LA. My bad. Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
Golden State.
No.
Philly, if James Harden leaves.
Yeah.
The Mavs.
No.
Last one, I got to throw them in there. Hawks.
No. Look at on curse. I would say H. No. HELL, double hockey sticks. No.
I feel you on all those, man. If CP3's healthy, he can help any team out, man. But I don't really have too much to say about CP3 except for, hey, man, why you fuck Kanye's wife, man? But side note, moving on to the NBA Finals. Now, this series was tied 1-1. Then came a 2-1 game series. And the other night, last night, Denver just took it to Miami. And it's a 3-1 series now. Any thoughts on this series, bro?
Yeah, it all happened in a week, man. We went from being at the Eastern Conference Finals in Miami on vacation, doing the 90s versus 2000 battle, thinking Miami's going to do something. They had our luck because we was in their city. To now they playing like the Hawks, because we back at home in Georgia. But Denver's just a better team. I'm tired of watching Miami play hard. Nobody else wants to see them play hard anymore. They should have just lost that game number 2, and then they could have just stayed in Miami last night.
And that was the best game in the series. That's the sad part.
Because nobody wants to see them play hard anymore, except the referees, because that's the only reason why the game was close yesterday. But it really wasn't close. It's like They was trying their hearts out. They were playing so hard. Jimmy Jimmy is looking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, but I don't understand how Jimmy can be the best person on their team all year long, but then when they go against in the when they in the finals, the NBA finals, now Bam's the best person on the team.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
It's like
Shout out to my wrestling fans.
yeah, and Jimmy is trying. It's like he's trying, but he just need to give it up, man. Like you, I got respect for you, but all the talking you doing, you ain't him. You're not Himmy. Like you got the trademark Himmy Buckets. You're not Himmy. You're not him.
I ain't gonna say that about Jimmy, because he dragged this team to the finals, and there's a boy in Phoenix right now who, ever since he left Golden State, he ain't been able to do that. But I will say this: Denver, they just a more talented team, and the best way to end this postseason would be for Denver to win in Denver Game 5 in convincing fashion. Because to be honest, let's just keep it real. If you've been watching the NBA postseason, Denver has looked like the best team from the very first week of the postseason to now. Like they have not had a hiccup. They have not had a series where you felt like, oh, this team can beat them. Like Phoenix gave them that 2-game stretch where, Devin Booker and Katie was dropping 40 every night. But like I told MGH, that's just not sustainable. And it wasn't. But what Denver do, by having someone like Jokic be the star, Murray play big, and then last night Aaron Gordon drops 27. When I don't even know if he was doing, like, what was Aaron Gordon averaging in Orlando? Like, I don't think he averaged 25 points in Orlando in the season. And then you got someone like Bruce Brown getting 15, 20 points off the bench. Michael Porter Jr. ain't even looked good this series. So, yeah, man, like, I don't want to talk about the finals. You know what I want to talk about? If Jokic wins this title and wins finals MVP with the postseason he's had now, where do you rank him amongst centers? And where do you rank him amongst the current players in the league now?
As far as centers, he'll
Like
be in
all
the
time.
he'll be in the top 5, but he'll round in that top 5. He's not gonna be above Wilt. He's not gonna be above Kareem. He's not gonna be above Shaq, and I can't put him above Hakeem. And I ain't even say Russell. So
he'll be right at number 6 for you?
5 or 6, yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I can't put him ahead of none of those guys.
Where do you rank him in the league now?
After watching him play, because I never watched him play when he got those 2 MVPs. I thought it was Giannis' league. I kept saying Giannis is the best player in the league. But
I did too. Giannis had these boys shook now.
Yeah, but I know it's recent bias since Giannis is not in it. But he's showing the numbers don't lie right now. So right now, if he wins, he doesn't have to win Finals MVP, but most likely he's probably going to win Finals MVP unless Jamal Murray has a monster game and scores like 50, and he has another game like he did in Game 4, Jokic, when it was only 20 and 4 and 10. Then Jamal Murray can probably have a chance.
And this is what you just said: 24 and 10. That's a bad game
compared to the games that he was having.
But that just goes to show the dominance he's showing right now.
Yeah. So if he can, but I'm saying, 20, 10, and 4 compared to 50.
Oh yeah, 10 and 5. That's a different level.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. So that, but right now he's the Finals MVP. So I would probably say that he's the best person in the world to play basketball. That was kind of hard for me to say, and it's crazy because the whole season, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Embiid's the MVP," because they play Embiid. He's on the East Coast, so we get to see Embiid more. They talk about him more. He's more flashy.
There was a narrative behind him.
But even the narrative, it was a narrative behind him this year. But even if it wasn't a narrative, he talks more. He does more. He's in commercials. Yeah. You see him. You know what I'm saying? There's no Denver games on TV really.
Nah, Denver don't be on TV.
And if they are, TV, it's late. So
and then Jokic, like you said, he's he's a typical European player. He doesn't talk much.
So he doesn't have no commercials. So when he was winning these MVPs, it's like, how's this guy winning these MVPs? Who cares about these numbers
And I will say,
and all this? So now it's like, now you watching them play, it's like, dog, we disrespected that man. Like,
I would say to add, because I said this to MGH, to add on to all that, when you look at Jokic, just no disrespect, the last 3 seasons, you just see this sloppy, kind of chubby dude, and you like, come on, he can't be the best player in the league.
yeah.
Compared to someone like Giannis, who looks like, I know he's from, Greece, a Greek god.
Yeah.
So for me, I probably got him the same place around that top 5, top 6 area for centers all time. If he wins this championship, I would say he's the best European player we've ever seen. And he's in that top 2, 3 discussion of best players out of the country we've ever seen. Hakeem definitely number 1. In the league right now, man, I'm like you, bro. I was one of the people I thought it was Giannis' league. But when I look at what he's done this postseason, then you go back and look at the 2 MVPs and the numbers he put up during those MVP years, man, I got to show him the respect. It's his league right now. But I'm going to tell you what I would love to see before we move on. Next finals, I want to see Giannis and Jokic go head to head, and I want the crown to be on the line. That's what I want to see.
That would be nice. That would be nice for the league. That would be nice for the league. I would like to see the Lakers in it more, but the Lakers, I think they're done. I think this was their year, but I think they're done now.
TNT.
Dynamite. Boom. I know y'all missed that.
So speaking of NBA stars, we got Zion Williamson welcoming a new child in the world. His girlfriend is pregnant.
Congratulations.
Yep, they did a gender reveal.
Congratulations to Zion.
So, good for him. And then less than 24 hours later, a porn star.
A clout chaser.
Started sharing screenshot of snaps that apparently was Zion with him saying, I want to move you out here and how do I play all this? I'm just trying to do it the right way. And she started tweeting.
He didn't say he was trying to do the right way. He said, if you move out here, how much do you expect for me to contribute to you monthly or something? Or how much do I need to pay you or something? That's what he said.
And then she was tweeting about how
this the No More Black Tears podcast. This ain't no PG-13. Tell them how it is, Bert. Tell them how it is, Verteezy.
She tweeted like, you fucked me all kind of ways I ain't never been fucked before, and you spit in my mouth and nutted in my mouth, and you out here got, again, other women pregnant, and I know you love my pussy when you ate it.
Tell them why you mad, son. Like, you's a whole porn star now.
And she the reason why you gained all that weight. I spent the whole offseason with you helping you lose all the weight to get you back in shape.
Oh, come on, man.
Tears.
Cry me a river.
Or no tears.
Cry me a river. Come on, man. Cry me a river. Man, I got tears for Zion. I ain't got no tears for this hoe.
Hope.
But I got tears for Zion because he's on Snap thinking his conversations are disappearing. And he got his whole first and last name. Like, this can't be this guy. This can't be him. And I thought about, well, he did go to Duke. But then I seen Plies was like, Plies said he knows some real shooters at Duke. He said he knows some real goons at Duke.
Man, y'all supposed to be smart at Duke, bro.
Come on, man. And like, I looked at her picture multiple times and her other picture, like, I'm trying to figure out how old is this chick, man? Because she looked like she's 40-something. She looked like she's pushing 50. And like,
she probably been in that game for a long time.
Yeah, if you's a porn star, you like, how you get, so you's a porn star now. But then you come out because he got a girl and he got her pregnant. But how many ducks are in your row? Ho?
A lot.
So how you get mad at him because he got his and talking about, oh, you better hope you ain't pregnant. Oh, you know you ain't pregnant.
Yeah, you ain't pregnant. Because if you was pregnant, you would already send that late text that I'm late text, aka Lil Wayne.
You know you ain't pregnant. Somebody, oh, you better hope I ain't pregnant because I'm late. Nah, we don't want to hear that hoe. You know you ain't pregnant. You's a professional. You ain't even no paid 304. You's a professional. Like we got love for the paid 304s on this show, but nah, we ain't got no love for you.
Hey man, so I got tears for Zion because right when you announced that you finna bring a child into this world, one of your hoes get out of pocket. And you thinking, dang, bro, I thought I thought you knew what the deal was because you an older lady and you know the game. Like, ain't nothing worse.
He was probably lying to her.
Ain't nothing worse than an older hoe who don't understand the game. Because I expect this from like a 19, 20, 23-year-old hoe who, oh, I let my feelings get involved. I'm a hurt. But when you kind of 35 or older in the game, hey, she should have saw that. Should have been like, cool, kept it pushing. Be like, hey, you still gonna fly me out there? You still gonna pay for my stuff?
Oh, we forgot. She wasn't the only one. What about the hoe with the big forehead with no edges?
Oh yeah, that was that one too. She came out too. She came out too talking about, she was with Zion. Then she posted a pic of Zion sleep, talking about over here sleeping well while you getting other bitches pregnant.
I don't know. She probably did.
Yeah, that's what I saw on Twitter.
I seen the picture. Now this the picture that she posted. Like when you looked in the mirror and you saw your head looking like that and your forehead and your edges looking like that, you thought it was okay to come out in public.
You wanna know why she thought it was okay?
Because she was with Zion?
Because a lot of these niggas be telling her, good morning, beautiful.
Boy, like she looked raggedy. Even though she had all that makeup on and her hair was done, she had the ice on, she had the Zion Williams uniform and all that, but she was still looking raggedy. You looked like you was playing in the junior WNBA.
And you know what's crazy? With all these hoes coming out, let me tell you what's so funny though. Zion's girlfriend still going to accept that ring when Zion proposed to her. So all you side hoes is getting mad right now. Just understand, all this exposing you doing ain't gonna stop. Ain't gonna stop this train. This train gonna keep on going. What's that song? Don't no monkey stop no show.
Yeah.
Hey, this show gonna keep on going. So
yeah,
hey,
you can hop on the bus or you can hop off.
I got tears one more reason too before I go. Zion, man, you win the Duke. You can't be on Snapchat with your name is Zion Williamson. Like it's 100 of y'all out here. Now, if you would have said something like Carl Smith, okay, that would have been fine.
Z Will, that's
that's an average name. But Zion Williamson, nigga, you the only Zion Williamson we ever heard of in life.
But that's why he had his name on there. So when he hit people up, they be like, "Is this the real Zion Williamson?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I got money. Call me Zion Daddy."
Speaking of people with money who found themselves in precarious situations, this is a more dire one, but unfortunately it worked out. Ex-NFL player Travis Rudolph.
Who it work out for?
Worked out for him.
What about the dude in the graveyard?
Hey, man.
It ain't work out for him.
When you come for the king, what they say? You best not miss.
Man.
So, ex-NFL player Travis Rudolph was recently incarcerated in jail for killing someone.
Well, he wasn't in jail. He was on house arrest.
He was okay. So he must have bailed out.
He bonded out.
Okay, so he bonded out. He was on house arrest for killing someone after his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend and her brothers and friends came and tried to attack him, and he basically defended himself. And he was on trial, and the trial was messy. But long story short, he back home now free, and the first thing he did was get on live and celebrate.
Yeah, I didn't like that part.
So tears or no tears?
I ain't got no tears for him.
You ain't like the celebration though?
I ain't like the celebration.
I ain't like the celebration.
Because it's like, okay, I can understand if you would have been playing now. If you would have got off, you got on live, and you got R. Kelly and Jay-Z in the background talking about not guilty playing that song, then I respected it. But he got on there playing, what was it, Lil Durk, and
Yeah, he was playing that Lil Durk now.
yeah. So I ain't had no respect for that. Like if he would have had the Lil Durk now, all my life,
Yeah,
all my life.
that song go hard now.
If he would have no, my bad. If he would have had J. Cole's song on there, all my life, then I would have respected it. But he had Little Durky on it. But ain't nothing wrong with Little Durky. I used to listen to his music until he started getting out of pocket. But all the young kids like him. So I don't know if he was doing it just for the crowd or whatnot. But I'm happy for him that he did get off. They shouldn't have came to his crib with that rah-rah. And the ex-girlfriend, she was wrong from the jump, talking about go shoot his stuff up. But one more thing, it's like I remember seeing the video a couple years ago when it happened, and I was like, dog, buddy wasn't playing. He came out there with that chopper. but dog, you was that scared? Like it ain't like they kicked in your door or anything. Like you was that scared you had to come to the door, just let the chopper go. You was that scared.
Well, you got some people that don't play, bro.
Yeah. So I'm only reason he got off because his girlfriend was so stupid with all those text messages and everything. That's what pretty much got him off. But because she set it up. Like she they came there to do harm to him. I wish nobody wouldn't have died, but they came to do harm, and he did the harming.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I ain't got no tears, and I understand what you mean by you wish nobody would have died. Hey, man, I'm happy this happened this way because this lets everyone know y'all need to stop trying to bring trouble to people's door now.
Ain't nobody listening to that. Ain't nobody. people still go do the dumb stuff they've been doing.
Because you got some people, they are strapped, they legally carry like MGH, and they're not afraid to blow your head in. So, hey man, stop bringing trouble to people's door, man. People, hey, it's 2023. We got guns too, and they fire just properly. So that's all I really want to say about it, man. So hey, I'm happy you celebrated. I wish you would have had some real music to listen to when you was turning up, but had it been me, Rose, all y'all would have been at the crib. And don't let me have money like he got money. All y'all would have been at the crib. We would have been grilling out. Would have been strippers everywhere. We'd have been turning up, throwing money. And hey, we would have been having a good time. I'd have been like, hey, I just beat a case. I would have felt like I might have had some Boosie playing, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been on live, but we would have turned up. But I definitely wouldn't have been on live. I'd just been like, oh yeah, we about to turn up. But as far as that live stuff, I just some reason I just don't like when people go on live and try to just show off. That like you ain't been going on live when you was on house arrest.
You right about that.
Why you switching up?
You right about that. Hey, that's one thing about Boosie. Boosie would have been alive the whole house arrest.
Yeah.
And then he would have been like, hey, all bitches showed my house, ass out, pussy lips out, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of pussy lips and unfortunate deaths, Azealia Banks recently had commented that she felt like it was justified that DC Young Fly baby mama passed away on her birthday after DC Young Fly made a joke about her on Wild 'N Out. Tears or no tears?
So are we saying no tears or no tears of what she said?
However you feel.
I ain't got no tears for it. I thought she snapped. I thought she snapped. I thought, oh, she's snapping. She's spitting straight fire. Dalan. Like, but you gotta be careful what you say about people. You know she been killing them chickens in that closet. Shoot.
She looked like a witch doctor too.
Yeah, so I ain't got no tears, man. So but it was funny though. I thought, ooh, I was like, wow. But yeah, you got to be careful, man. Things like this universe, man. This universe ain't no joke. Things happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason.
What goes around comes back 10 times stronger.
Yeah, so I don't know if those jokes because I don't even remember the jokes. I don't watch Wild 'N Out, so I don't know if those jokes were that harmful to her that made something like that happen. But I ain't got no problem with what she said. Like that was she spoke how she felt, and it is what it was.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears. He basically called her a B-list celebrity and called her ugly. Now I will say this: it's wild and out, man. Come on, man. You know if you're going wild and out, they're gonna make jokes. So it is what it is. But I will say this though. I will
You
say
can't
this.
call you can't call a dark skinned black woman ugly on TV though.
I was just about to say, I will say this. You need to watch what you say sometimes on TV because you might think it's funny, but they might not think it's funny. And she probably didn't sign up for you to make that specific joke. So when she decides to come at your light skinned baby mama that passed away, hey, all I'm gonna say is Drake made a song. I love using this phrase. God's plan.
So what's the next one?
Cardi B. After she got all this money and fame, she was sitting around the house one day on TikTok and she said,
I'm tired, not hoeing. She didn't say that, did she?
I didn't say that.
Oh,
she basically said that, though. She said, I miss being broke because this is boring. Hey, tears, no tears for Cardi B being bored.
Man, I ain't got no tears for Cardi B. So, if you miss your old life, you got too much money and you bored. So, I got a couple homies that be willing and able to take some of it off your hand and show you what to do with it. I got some family members that is willing and able to take some of that off your hand and show you how to live right. So if you don't want it no more, give it away. And if you don't want to give it away, shut up. Verteezy.
Man, I ain't got no tears, man. I don't have tears for rich people with rich problems. You got more money than you could ever imagine. Like when you were stripping and making dollars or whatever, that little bit of change you was making. And when you were selling pussy for the 40 and doing what you had to do to make the rent that month and get food on your table, you was just praying and hoping one day, man, I wish I ain't gotta sell this pussy no more, man. I wish I could just live my life and have money and do the stuff I want to do. Well, guess what? God heard your prayers. He answered them. You blessed now. You got a husband. You got a daughter. And guess what? You ain't never got to work again in your life. You good. So I can't have tears for that when you got regular people working every day and wishing they was able to basically live the life you're living. So, hey, man. But hey, it's just a story for you hoes. Just because you get rich, that hoeing don't leave you, man. Like Rose said, man. Sometimes you get tired of not hoeing.
I got that itch. Offset can't get that itch. He can't scratch that itch for you.
Speaking of these hoes, man, like I always say, what's wrong with these hoes?
Man, you already know.
So recently, there was an influencer who was walking to different women and asking them, would you rather be with a married man who tells you yes all the time, or your man that tells you no 45% of the time? Now, it was probably like 20 different women I saw in the video that Rose sent me. And out of those 20 women, only 2 women said they'd rather be with their own man. Now, for the listeners, when I say hoe shit, this is hoe shit. Rose, what's wrong with these hoes?
Man, I'm a bounce off you. You go ahead. You go with it.
Man.
You go with it.
Bro, I just want to say this. This is what's wrong with these hoes. Y'all don't know what y'all want. Because at the end of the day, a man is supposed to tell you no some of the time. Because some of the shit that y'all asked for is utterly ridiculous. And a lot of times you don't know what you want. AKA, when we ask you where do you want to eat, and we name 10 different places, and you say no. But you started the conversation by saying, I don't care where we go. So how can you say, I don't care where we go, but I start naming places, and you just keep saying no after no after no? That shit don't even make sense to me. Also, this really just shows a mindset of y'all don't like being with men that cheat, but y'all are willing to be the other woman. Like, please, I don't understand that. I want someone to make sense of that to me. Like, how is it that you don't want your man to cheat, but you are willing to assist another man and cheat on his wife or his girlfriend? But had you been the wife or girlfriend, you would feel some type of way. Like, that shit don't make sense to me either. So, I just feel like a lot of you hoes don't want to admit it, but y'all like being hoes. Y'all don't want to be in a real relationship.
Most of them are admit it though.
And have real responsibility.
They don't want to do that though.
Nah.
That's too much like real life.
That is real life. Most y'all just want to live in y'all comfortable zones and be hoes and fuck on someone else's man.
Because they get a lot of stuff for free that way.
But guess what happens though? But then you start complaining and crying.
These simps out here ruining the game.
When you fall in love with this real man, with this other man, and now he don't want to leave his wife for you, because guess what? His wife is a real woman, and his wife would never, like MJH would say this all the time, she would never.
Yeah.
Like his wife would never just sleep around with other men just for no reason. And that's the problem for a lot of you hoes. Y'all just throwing that pussy all over the CSRA. Oh, my bad. Y'all just throwing that pussy all over town.
Different area codes for different hoes. So I thought it was funny because it's like, wow, the whole when I seen it, I thought for sure it might have been half and half or 90. I mean, not 90, but 60, 30, 66, 33.
That shit was like 95-5.
Yeah, all of them was like, oh, the married man. I don't like being told no.
And then one fat, ugly hoe said, yeah, why tell me no? Like, the fuck? Bitch, you need to tell that hamburger no.
Yeah, but like the one chick said, I need to be told no sometimes, so I'd rather take my own man.
That's a woman. That's not a hoe. That's a woman.
Yeah, so it was funny because most of them said they would rather have them date the married man and never be told no. But also the question is, how much are you really asking of that married man? Because you can't be asking too much of him. But maybe you are, and then maybe he's rich, and then he can afford to do it. But it's crazy. I will never be in that situation.
Can I tell you something? They're not asking the most important question that MGH broached me. Well, leave your wife for me. You ain't asking that question.
But if they ask that question, the answer wouldn't be no. But then they wouldn't be a married man.
Which one comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Have you ever seen a chicken lay an egg?
Hey, I ain't never seen a turtle with speed or a hoe that I need.
Okay. Have you ever seen a UFO?
No.
I ain't never seen a hoe that wouldn't go either. So.
Hey, shout out to all the married men out there, man. Protect your relationship. Women, I hope you listen to this part of the podcast and watch that video. Hey, it ain't always in the men. It's a lot of these women out here, they out to seek and destroy your relationship.
Yeah, they want to get in where they fit in. Lots of them enjoy not being the only one because, like Cardi B said, they get bored. You know what I'm saying? And when you get bored, that's when trouble comes.
So just understand, if your man only cheats on you once a year, that's a good man. That means for 97% of the year, he was faithful. So remember those numbers now.
We got to have the conversation about what is really cheating, because some women think cheating is saying hi to someone, and some of them think it's
and like Instagram pics.
Yeah, so we gotta have it. We gotta have that conversation on one of these episodes.
Future episode. Hey man, speaking about the future, I want to talk about the past, the present, and the future on this next topic. the club scene. Like for those who've been, old enough to have club back in the 2010s or the 2000s, and for those who are clubbing now, if you've been clubbing for, I say, at least 15, 20 years, and you've seen the club scene kind of change.
I remember talking to some people, an older lady, and she was telling me about how the clubs when she was I was playing some Rick James and she heard me playing some Rick James and she's like, "Oh, you playing my music?" I remember back then in the club. I remember all kind of A-list celebrities to come to the club, just there in there with us, and we just partied and all this other stuff, and they were just there to have a good time.
So speaking of that, what do you think, as the elder statesman on the podcast right now, of how the club scene has changed and progressed over the years from your time being a young man in the game?
I think it's probably more about the telephone than it is anything else, because people rather just post up, take pictures and selfies and videos, all in the videos. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having a good time. You know what I'm saying? It used to be when you go to the club, when you left, your t-shirt was drenched.
Yep.
And it was, you had a good time.
You lost 5 pounds.
Yeah, and you might have been drunk, but you didn't leave drunk. Because you done sweated so much, you done worked it off. Like it was like you was in the club. No, not in the club, like you was in the gym.
You ready to go to work?
Yeah, so like you danced all night. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't dance all night, you just sat down where you stood on the wall, you know what I'm saying, with your arms folded. If you was a dude or whatnot, or you twisted yourself side to side, side to side. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. The ladies sat there, looked pretty, you know what I'm saying, and then they expected to be danced with. They came to dance, and it's like it was like a normal time. Like, but now it's like I don't know what's changed it. I know I kind of have an idea where you go with it, but I don't really think it's the music, because music is music. You know what I'm saying? You can I think you can dance to any kind of music, but it's the fact that people want to be seen. It's a place you go to be seen.
That is definitely a big part of it.
Seen and not touched. Like before, you used to go to the club. You go get dirty. You go get touched. It might be some fights. You got to watch your back. You know what I'm saying? You go there. You have some drinks with your people, and you go there. You don't wear your breast shoes there because they go get stepped on. But now it's like people wear they Saturday's best there. They don't want nobody to touch them. Women don't want nobody to touch them. They don't want nobody to even talk to them.
$300 outfit.
Like that's the whole reason you went there, to meet people. That was the whole meaning of when you went out to the clubs. You went there to meet people. You know what I'm saying? But now they don't even want you to talk to them. You can't even say hi to nobody. Like, oh, why is somebody saying hi to me? Oh, why are you so close to me? Like, we out in public. This is why you're here.
This is a free space.
But now you got to even pay to sit down. Like, it's crazy because now some places still have dance floors, but then some places don't, and they just have tables and they have these raggedy couches, and people don't even stand on the couches no more. I remember when it said "F your couch." Yeah, I'm standing on your couch, but now they don't even stand on the couch no more. Nothing.
Nah.
It's like, what's the couch there for if it's not there to be stood on?
For them to sit on?
Nah, man. Anybody sitting down, man. We standing on them couches.
Hey,
F your couch. F your couch.
Hey, Rose, I will say this. I want to touch a couple things you said because you said some real stuff. The socializing aspect, I will say, it is kind of crazy because there is a generation of people, and I have some older friends who met their wives in the club. Yeah. Like there is an older generation that you met your significant other in the club because when you went to the club was a place for you to socialize and meet people. Like you went there to talk to someone, to have someone talk to you, to have someone ask you to dance. You know, versus now, like a lot of these women, and I just wish some of the female listeners, hey, DM me, respond to the YouTube comment section. A lot of these females go to the club now and just want to dance with their homegirls, but do not want to dance with dudes they meet in the club. They don't want to conversate with dudes they meet in the club. But 9 times out of 10, your mom and your grandma met your granddad or your father because they went to the club, especially a lot of these military men who were stationed somewhere, went to a local club, and just met someone or whatever. And it wasn't on no ratchet stuff.
No,
like it was just like I said, it wasn't a place where, I'm not saying hoes didn't go to the club back in the day, but it's more hoes in the club now than ever before. But there was just a lot of regular women who said on a Friday, Saturday night, I want to have some drinks, I want to meet some men, I want to interact with people, I want to listen to some good music, and they went out to the club. And like you said, Rose, they did not spend $200 to get their hair did, their nails did, and everything. They did look good though.
Yeah.
They didn't wear their most expensive outfit. They wore an outfit that they like, but they also wore an outfit they didn't mind sweating in, getting drinks spilled in, and also something that was comfortable because they was going to be doing a lot of dancing.
Yeah.
And the same thing for the fellas. Fellas didn't wear these expensive ass shoes that they would get mad if someone stepped on. They wore something nice or whatever, and they understood, hey man, fellas, we finna go out and have a good time. And fellas was not afraid to talk to women back in the day. They, like, a lot of times a group of guys would say, hey, you see that girl in the red? Hey, I'm gonna holler at her, Rose. And they go over there and holler at her and use their best lines or whatever. And hey, the chips fall as they may. So it was a different time period. You hit on the music. I personally feel like, yes, music is music, but there was better dancing music in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s than we have in present day. Like, a lot of this music, we got a lot of drill music out, a lot of thought music out. Like, we don't have songs like Yeah, or them Rick James songs, or them 90s songs, and you know, it just don't seem like we just have a large section, a variety of songs that you can dance to, whether it's fast dance or slow dance. And
Do people even slow dance anymore?
that's my point, bro.
Other than at a wedding,
I don't really see it like that.
And the people at the wedding, they don't slow. Only the people that slow dance at the wedding is the mama and the son and the daddy and the daughter, right?
And part of that is the R&B music we have nowadays. Like, there's not a lot on. Like, when you listen to a lot of R&B now, like, you can say what you want about some of these troubled R&B stars, they was making some real fire slow jams. Whereas now, like, shit, man, niggas be like, beat the pussy up, beat the pussy up. So
they still have R&B music.
I don't know what you would call it, man. Call it beat the pussy up music, but whatever that shit is, it ain't the shit that Keith Sweat was singing and R. Kelly was singing in the 90s.
Yeah, but dating a 13-year-old is considered wrong now, though. This ain't the 30s and the 40s no more.
So I will say
your body's saying no. I mean, when your mouth's saying no, but your body's saying yes. Me Too movement.
And I want to touch on these club owners too, man. Some of y'all club owners, especially in these smaller communities, man, like,
they capping.
The amount you charge to walk in your club, okay, cool. But then the amount you charge for a section, like, come on now, man. Why are you charging $500, $700, $800, sometimes $1,000 for a section?
No, my thing is,
and then the bottle prices.
The bottle price, like, you charging me $160 for a $30 bottle.
Like, come on now. Like, for like $160 for a bottle that you paid $30 for.
They didn't even pay $30 because they buying it in bulk.
And I was about to say, 9 out of 10, you bought it in bulk, so you got it a couple dollars off.
Yeah, so you probably paid $20 for it.
Exactly.
So $20 for 20, because when we was in Miami, the Crown was $21 at CVS, right?
Yes.
So you paid $21 for the Crown, but you charging $160 in the club.
But for me to have a bottle of Crown, that, like, bruh, and the only why I bought the bottle is because for a shot of Crown, you might charge me $20.
Yeah, but the only reason for convenience, that's the only reason why we buy bottles, because convenience. So we ain't got to keep going back up to going to the bar, whatnot. But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't buy no bottles in the club.
Exactly. And then the fact, because y'all also overcharging for the shot itself, though. Like, I be doing the math like, bruh, by the time I get done paying for all these shots, bro, I should have just bought me a fucking bottle in the club, man. Because I was in Vegas not so long ago, and it was $25 for a Crown Apple and Cranberry.
Yeah.
And you just said a bottle of Crown be $20 sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I could have bought me a bottle and chilled at the crib. And
that's the whole reason why we chill at the crib.
Hey, man, for most people that know me, man, I don't do the club. Like, to what Rose was saying about the vibe and everything, this is what I prefer to do. I prefer to be at my spot or book a spot, get a bottle, order some food, and invite some women over and party there. I don't like going to the club because a lot of you women, y'all stuck up. Y'all there with y'all friends. The liquor overpriced. And then, I'm going to keep it real. A lot of you niggas be tripping. Mm-hmm. Y'all get mad when motherfuckers step on your brand new Jordans. Man, hey, my homeboys will tell you, I don't wear no nice shoes at the club. Like, y'all get mad when motherfuckers spill some shit on your drink, knowing that it ain't no room for us to walk in the club. And some of us be 300 pounds trying to get by you skinny motherfuckers. You know, so personally, I'd rather just be at a house party with people that I know that I invited, with drinking liquor I paid for, instead of having to go to the bartender and pay $25 for some shit. I'd be like, now I could have made this same drink for $12, man. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, and then it made it taste better. And then knowing some of y'all clubs, when them liquor bottles be open, I know that don't be no Hennessy or no Remy and I know what it tastes like. I drink this on a daily basis or a weekly basis. I know what Remy tastes like.
Hey, some of y'all do be capping. Some of y'all, when I walk in your club or your establishment and you got liquor bottles that's already open and they halfway empty, I'm looking at you like, I wonder if that's really jacking that motherfucker.
Yeah, I know what this stuff tastes like.
And then and then if you ever pay attention, if I order me just a shot and I don't mix nothing in it, I'm trying to see, hey man, is this really the shit that's in this bottle right now? Or are you trying to get over? Hey, and don't get it twisted. I ain't mad at you. But you still ain't gotta overcharge for the shit though. If you already gonna give me the wrong liquor, and some of y'all clubs be watering down the liquor too.
Yeah.
Hey, don't overcharge me then. Charge me $7 for the shot. Don't try to charge me no $15. We was in Miami for a shot of Remy, bruh. A shot of Remy. I paid, what, $15, $16?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, dang, bruh. Like in some places, man, Remy might cost me 11, 12, 15, 16.
Yeah.
We doing it like that.
On good night, it might cost you $5. Happy hour.
But that's what I'm saying, bro.
Shout out to Cliffins.
Hey, shout out to Cliffism, bro. You know, one of the real places in Augusta. So that made, hey, Rose will tell you, once I got that shot, I was like, I'm good, bro. I was like that SpongeBob meme. All right, I'm going to head out.
Exactly. But, man, I ain't got nothing else to say on it, man. But what you got anything else?
I just want to say, man, for those who go to the club, man, y'all be safe, man. Y'all watch the news. Y'all see all these people dying, man. People rushing to go to the graveyard. Save your money, man. Buy a bottle.
Stay at home.
Stay at home. And let me tell you, man, I want to tell a quick story.
Don't drink and drive.
I was at the club with Rose a couple years ago. DJ was playing some whack music. He said, hey, have my back. Now, we was just starting to get cool. I said, I'm going to have your back. I walked up. I'm thinking some real shit finna pop off. He go to the DJ. He said, hey, man, play some better music, man. It was girls dancing. The DJ was like, hey, man, you throwing money for the music or for the women? Without hesitation, Rose said, for the music. It's better music being played at your crib, man. And speaking of music, if you like that little instrumental you heard earlier in the podcast, go to Spotify, look up Megan K. Shout out to her for making that beat.
Yes, sir.
In the words of Airbnb and Rakim, peace.
And I'm back quiet.